So we had to change things up just a little bit. We had someone, Misty, very helpful, who is helping us host this. And so we are kind of trying to admit people, and then we will kind of try to start going in a few minutes because I know y'all have been waiting a while. So maybe we can just, do you think we can start and admit? Do you think we're that good at multitasking?
Let's wait like 45 more seconds and then we'll start. I know it's late. We will do this as quickly as possible. And because the format changed a little bit, our time has now moved to a 30-minute cap. So, which I'm sure y'all are tired. So
we're going to
try with you.
Try to run through this.
So we're going to move. So good to see you, Stephanie. Hello. That's amazing.
Hi.
Childhood friend from Georgia. Amazing. She was our babysitter. We love you. Not saying
cold like that. No.
You still look
love
amazing.
You girls.
Okay. I see Ginger. Hi, Ginger.
So we have a document that so we're going to run through everything, but we do have it kind of written down. So in case we don't get to touch on everything, since we're a shorter window now. So we have sent that document to Jared, which I believe will be giving that to all of y'all. But if for some reason that doesn't happen, I'm sure we will be able to send that to you from the same email that you registered for this class. So we're going to use it as a go by, but we do have all this written down in case we have to skip through some things. For all of y'all that are joining, since we are doing the group now, we have like a cap of like 30 minutes. Before we had 45 minutes to an hour, as long as we wanted.
There's so many good jokes for you.
We're gonna have to skip a few of those, maybe.
So just laugh anyway, so we think we're funny.
Okay.
Is everyone in?
There's still people kind of trickling in.
Okay.
We can maybe start, and then I'll try to keep an eye on this. Well, I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Jamie. I'm from Waco, Texas. That's where I live in Waco, Texas, but First Church was my home church. And so it's just a real honor and privilege to get to talk to you guys tonight. And we really enjoy being here with y'all.
And I already said I'm Jennifer, but I'm Jennifer Gurley. And so I'm the Gurley's daughter-in-law. We live in Houston, Texas. And so our relationship, we are sisters, but we are also skincare enthusiasts. I am a skincare enthusiast. My sister is more the serious side. I have always liked trying products, and I will try anything. And I follow a lot of people, and I'll dabble in a little bit of everything. But my sister has always been much more, she's going to read the ingredients, she's going to research a new lotion for 2 hours, and I would never do that, but she loves that. She always has. And so she's always been the person, especially like probably the last 5 years, I started really caring about my skin. I think probably just getting, seeing the first signs of age on my, face, my skin, kind of was like, oh, okay, maybe I should be trying to do something. And so Jamie's always been the person that I have asked for things, but that really bumped up when I became a lot more interested in what I should be doing, what I was doing wrong, which was a lot of things. And so she has always, she's bought my skincare for like the last 5 years, I think.
Yep.
Before that, I was not doing anything. I have very normal skin, no issues really. And so I kind of thought that, oh, I've got this figured out. This is just me. It wasn't. I have very normal skin. And so Jamie, if you want to tell them a little bit about your career or,
So I've been a graphic designer for the last 10 years or so. And a couple months ago, or I guess last year, I was talking to Jennifer about what I really wanted to do. I was like, if I could do it all over again and start over, I would go to med school and be a dermatologist. And she said, we'll do it. It's like, what are you talking about? I have 4 kids. She's like, yeah, you can do it. And I hung on the phone with her. I was like, she's crazy. And the more I thought about it, I was like, I can do it. And I started this path, and I'm working through it right now. I'm doing my prereqs, and I should be all ready to apply next year. So it is a passion and a hobby, but it's also what I want to do professionally. And so I do enjoy the science part of it. I also enjoy the shopping part of it and the Instagram dad, influencer, all those things, the Kathleen Jennings things for all you guys to follow her. But it's just a lot of fun. So that's kind of why we're talking about this today. It's something that we enjoy talking about. I think a lot of women sort of like talking about it. If you know nothing about it, then you're still in the right place. We'll give you some tools. So yeah, that's a little bit about our background, and just like a fun question that we thought of to ask each other to get started. And this is going to reveal a lot about our journey into this. Is Jennifer, what was your skincare like as a teenager? You kind of already said this, but just
My skincare routine was much the same in my teenage years as it was in my 20s. It was nothing. I didn't do anything.
what did you wash your face with?
I used body wash like in the shower. I didn't use anything special, anything particular.
Judge her.
I know. And Jamie, I think one day I told her that and she was just appalled that I
That's
would
appalling.
put regular soap on my face. And how can you be my sister? I care so much about this. And I didn't care until I hit my 30s. And then I started, okay, maybe this wasn't just me. I'm really good at this. Maybe I should take an interest in this. So that was my teenage and adulthood skincare routine. Now I'm much better. I do it at home.
She's very good. I was the complete opposite. My skin was never normal. My skin was the combination side, like breakout prone. It was super complicated. It never just worked. It never did anything right. It did everything wrong. And it was super stressful and frustrating because I was always on this journey to just fix myself. And that's kind of what started my path to this, was just a desire to fix it. And it became a real insecurity of mine, my biggest insecurity without a doubt. And so what I did was I went for the harshest, the most aggressive, and I just tried to burn it. I was like, I'm just going to burn the top layer of my skin off. And that's what I did basically for like 5 years. But I learned a lot through it and to be a friend of my skin. And that's sort of the journey that I'm on. She's normal skin, I'm combination. We're going to talk about that. That's really our first thing that we're going to talk about tonight is the 5 main skin types or concerns. Can you kind of wave at me if you know like your skin type, or do you know? Is that like a foreign language? Okay. So you're pretty good. So we're going to blaze through this. We have 30 minutes, like we said. There's a real easy test if you don't know what your skin type is. After you wash your face, how does it feel? So you wash your face, it dries. Does your skin feel tight? Does it feel dry? Does it feel irritated? Is it shiny? That's our first step. So just start thinking about that. That way when we go through this list, you can identify your skin concern. And it does really matter because that's ultimately what you'll buy for your face. So a normal skin, that's like what Jennifer had. And you are the type of people you're the low maintenance of the skin groups. And you probably could get through all of your 20s with using body wash and it wouldn't be the most, it's not great, but you will survive. But once you reach about 27, 25, you're going to be like, I have done something very wrong. So it's low maintenance. We'll just start with some of the basics. Use a milk cleanser, use an antioxidant serum, use a night cream. We're going to talk about what all of those are. Really for normal skin, we don't want to do anything harsh or aggressive. We just want to nourish the skin. Our second one that we want to talk about is dry skin. This is in that test when you wash your face and it dried and it feels tight. Like that soapy feeling. Can't really move it. That's not really a great feeling. I know that we all kind of try to get that super clean feeling, but that's really not a great thing. And we're going to talk about why. If you're in that category of dry, daily exfoliation with gentle, non-abrasive ingredients, that's going to help promote cell turnover in your skin. It's not going to remove the natural oils, which is what you really need. It's going to get you on a path to glowing skin. A lot of things that have hyaluronic acid. Have you guys heard of hyaluronic acid? It's a really good moisturizer. You can do it topically. You can even take it as a supplement. It's amazing for dry skin. Sorry, I feel like I'm blazing through this, but we lost some time there.
We gotta get to our jokes.
We gotta get to our jokes. Yeah, make you laugh. So combination skin, that's where I fall. And that's after you wash your face for that test part. And you can kind of see I'm already a little shiny, all the stress. You get like a little tiny a shine in the T-zone and your cheeks can be a little dry. They are, you're more prone to that. You're also more, we have people coming in. you're more prone to breakouts on your cheeks, and daily exfoliation is key for you, but also you're the one that is going to scar the more easily, hyperpigmentation. And so that was really problemsome for me when I was in high school, because I would get these breakouts and then my skin would scar and it would take weeks to get rid of. And so it was just a perpetual cycle. And it really is, it's difficult. It's emotional. The last skin type we're going to talk about is oily. Excess oil can sometimes leave pores congested, clogged. So for oily skin type, exfoliation is really your friend. And that does not mean scrubbing the top layer of your skin off with St. Ives scrub. It really doesn't. But we're going to talk about that too. Okay. So getting in, I'm sorry, I was really, really fast.
You're good.
Okay. So we're going to talk about our top 5 skincare myths, and this is kind of a fun category for us. And we talked about this a lot already, but we're going to talk about exfoliation.
Mm-hmm.
So our first myth is the harder you scrub and exfoliate, the better. Have you guys ever heard that, or anyone heard that? Raise your hand. Yes. The harder, the better. So with your skin, always err on the side of gentle. Always. It's not your enemy. Scrubbing too hard, too often, it will cause damage. Be kind. We want to feel our products working. We want to see all the exfoliation. We want that feeling, but less is definitely more. Exfoliating strips that natural barrier and that oil, it takes it off, and you're setting yourself up for a world of hurt. Essential moisture makes your skin more susceptible to clogged pores and free radicals. That leads to unwanted wrinkles in the future.
What is a free radical?
So free radical
If
is,
anyone else is wondering.
yes. So that is a molecule that's going to do damage to your cell, and that can come from UV radiation. It can come from all kind of air pollutants. A lot of it comes from the sun. So it's our enemy for sure.
So that just describes anything that's against your skin that's going to hurt your skin.
It's going to damage your cells. Yeah. So we don't want that. It's a bad thing. So, and that causes wrinkles. So anything like harsh products, it's going to strip away your moisture barrier. We don't want to over exfoliate. That's our first myth. The harder you scrub, the harder you exfoliate is better. It's not. It's absolutely not. So our myth number 2 is washing your face with hot water will open up your pores for a better clean.
That's something I just learned. I didn't know. I
She's
always
today years
thought
old and
that
she learned
like
that.
you know that like heat was good. You know, it was like steamy and warm, and so that is something new for me, that you're not supposed to wash your face with hot water.
Yeah, I think it is really common. I think it comes from that you want to feel like you scrubbed your face clean with the hottest water you can. And yes, when you get a facial, they'll have that steam on your face and that opens up your pores, but that's very different than like super scalding hot water. Again, it's that barrier that you don't want to disrupt. And so if you're using really hot water, it's going to mess that up. It can damage your skin by stripping the oils. A good way to tell if the water you're using is if your face turns red, then it's just too hot. Back off, just do lukewarm water. You don't need all that craziness. All right, our myth number 3 is you get breakouts because you don't wash your face or you don't wash your face enough. And this was one that I really struggled with because I was having all of those issues and I was just trying to be like, okay, I need it more clean. I need all the stinging, all of the pain. And that was a real big problem. But you don't get acne because you're washing your face incorrectly. There's several factors that come into play there. Skin cells build up, sebum, bacteria, inflammation. You really have sensitive skin if you're having breakouts, and you need to pay really close attention to the ingredients in your products. And we will talk about that. We're just flying through these, y'all. We're trying.
For all y'all that are new, we're on a timeline now.
Yes.
So the document is, I saw Ramona added that. Thank you, Ramona. And that is what we're reading off of. So if we are skimming around, you can kind of see a little more detail.
We're trying to move through this part so we can talk a little bit and have questions. This is just some stuff that we talked about last night that we thought would be interesting for people. So we're trying to get through that for you. And myth number 4 is that if you have oily skin, you don't need to moisturize. Your skin is moisturized enough and you're going to hurt it by doing that. And a lot of people think that, but that's not the case. Oil actually dissolves oil. If you have an oily skin complexion, you can use an oil-based cleanser and it works. I use one and it's amazing. We'll talk about that later. But if you have oily skin, most cleansers will strip the natural oils from your skin, so you need to replace them with a good hydrating moisturizer. It doesn't have to be super thick. It can be a gel moisturizer. The difference is the type that you use, like I just said. And our last one is myth number 5 is my skin is too sensitive to use retinol. Will you wave your hand at me if you know what retinol is? Okay, so a few people. It's a type of vitamin A. It can be prescription, which would be really harsh. It's more of a
You have to
something
work up to that. You wouldn't start with
Yes.
something like
So
that.
that's not what we mean. You can get retinol over the counter on Amazon, Sephora, Ulta, probably not Target. I don't know. But sensitive skin types can tolerate prescription retinol. They can't. A non-prescription retinol, on the other hand, isn't as strong, and it has a lot of benefits for that cell skin turnover we were talking about. And when your cells are turning over and you're exfoliating the right way, you're producing collagen, which means you're not going to be dealing with premature aging as much. It's a good thing. So when you hear retinol, don't be afraid of it. If you have sensitive skin, you can still use it. It's a really cool tool to have. Ooh, I need to take a breath. You have anything to say?
Nope, you're doing great.
Okay, so this is our third little category, is the top 5 tips for your best skin. And these are things that we just kind of shared that we've heard over the years that have really helped us. And this is my favorite tip, and it's something that I feel like I say over and over again, but chemical exfoliation is better than physical exfoliation. So if you need to exfoliate your skin, and we exfoliate to get that top dead dull layer off, it promotes collagen. We have new plump skin. That's what exfoliation is. Don't get the grittiest thing you can and just scrub your face off. It's better to use a chemical exfoliator. What is a chemical exfoliator? It's a low dose, gentle acid that's going to work on your skin cells to gently turn them over, and you're going to keep that process going. But when you use a physical, super textured, like I beat this dead horse, but think of this St. Ives apricot. You're just putting micro tears in your layer of your skin, and it's just going to spend all this time trying to repair the damage you did, and you're doing nothing good. If you're going to use a physical exfoliator, do it like once a week if you have to, but be super gentle. The chemical exfoliators are way better. Okay, the second one is use a zinc oxide sunscreen even when it's not sunny outside. Isn't there one that you really like that you want
Yes.
to talk about?
That's in our little thing, but I use this Elta one. I think I get it off Amazon, but that is something that you really have to just embrace. Is no matter how many products you do or what you do, if you're doing things that will damage your skin, it's really hard to make up for that. So using a sunscreen is very important. And we're not saying you should never go in the sun. Your sun is bad for you, but it is something, if you're going to spend so much time and effort in figuring out what you need for your skin and what to wash on it, you should also put as much effort into protecting it. And so wearing a daily sunscreen is really important. It is an extra step, and it's maintenance. It's something you get used to, but it is top. It's one of the most important things that you can do.
It's really important to use a zinc oxide sunscreen. That's a mineral, and it reflects the UV radiation like a mirror, almost shines it back off your skin. So if you go to search for one and you don't want to use the Elta, although it's amazing, look for something with zinc oxide. You can find that Target on up to however extra you want to be with it. So then we have wash your face every morning and every night, and that seems really basic, but there's a lot of people that don't do that, and you're probably the normal skin person but you're missing out on great exfoliation if you don't do that.
Well, I recently had a conversation like a few days ago about how in the morning I don't wash my face. I have these face wipes because I have like my routine. I wake up, I get Brooks ready for school. My oldest at like 6 in the morning. I use my little face wipe. I drop him off at school. Then I come back, put my vitamin C. It's like a moving, routine. I don't wash my face. I don't want to put water on my face and all of that. And so Jamie was just, so I think she added this for me. This point is for me to wash my face twice a day.
It's all good. And another out of our 5 tips, I like this one too. Everything you put on your face, put on your neck. And I know some people feel like I pay good money for this product, I don't want to waste it. But a lot of times you do have extra. So if it's hard for you and you don't like to waste it, you're not wasting it. Your neck is aging. It's getting all that same sun exposure. Just take it down. Just take it down a little bit. You know, when you get a facial and they do like all here, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But just make sure you take all your product from your face to your neck. It's really important. And our last little tip for your best skin is use vitamin C every day and retinol every week. And
Yes,
yeah.
I really like, I would say I am kind of a, if I find something I love, I don't have to ever change. Like Jamie changes, she tries new products, she hates sticking to something. I'm just the opposite. When I find something I like, I eat the same thing at a restaurant. Like I am a routine. I don't need to mix it up. I found it. I love it. I'm good. And so with vitamin C, it's one of those things that I really notice a big difference. I have freckles. And so when I get in the sun, they all come out. They're very strong, very dark. And so I do get spots too, probably easier. And so that really was kind of shocking to me. It just brightens your skin and all those like kind of fade away. That was really drastic. I would say of all the skincare products I've used using a vitamin C, and you can find those just about anywhere, right? I think we have a little list of our favorites at the bottom, and we have a list of like good alternatives, stuff you can find at Target. But vitamin C, especially, I think if you're like me and you have freckles and stuff, it really made a huge difference. Not that I'm trying to get rid of my freckles, but it really, I noticed a big difference.
Yeah, and vitamin C is really the superhero of sun damage. So if you have uneven skin tone, hyperpigmentation, sun damaged skin, vitamin C is really going to be a great ally for you. And most people recommend you use vitamin C during the day and you use retinol at night. There are some products that use vitamin C at night. I like to use mine during the day, but we talked about free radicals earlier that damage your skin cells. And that's what vitamin C does. It comes in, it's an antioxidant, it fights off the free radicals. So we got an alert that we have 10 minutes, y'all. So we're gonna do this. So yeah, when you buy vitamin C, try to buy a 15%. If you're not at 5%, you're probably not going to be getting anything done. 15%. Derm Store is a great place to order if you want to just up your game a little bit. Sephora has a lot of stuff, but Derm Store has a little more professional grade. Dermstore.com if you want to look into that.
Professional grade.
Yes.
We should skip that. Some new questions.
Okay, we'll skip that.
So we have all of our top 5 products, and these are like bucket list, like the things we love the most. One of them is a toner, and I see Rebecca gave a question about I think a toner, and so that is like our favorite. We worked up to that. Like this was like, okay, we really want to double down, and there's like it's a cult favorite of people so that Biologique is our favorite. These all are, but then at the bottom there's also an alternative list, and so y'all can kind of look through that or have that on your own. And then some extra things that we just love. Lash Boost I use, or Dan & Fields Lash Boost. I really love it. Just make sure eyelashes thicker, longer, naturally. I've been using it for a while. Jamie's collagen supplements. We have a few products on there you can look through.
I know it sounds like we're just kind of spouting off all this stuff, but you'll get your stuff and you'll be able to make sense of it all. We're so sorry we had to
answer this. Well, I try to answer a few questions.
Yeah, we'll answer some questions. So someone said, what about toner after washing? What are your thoughts on toner? I like toner because it does, it corrects the pH of your skin, which readies you for everything that you're going to do after. I 100% recommend a toner, but this is the toner. This is what Jennifer was talking about, the Biologique Recherche. It is a serious investment. It isn't fluffy. It doesn't smell good. It kind of burns.
It smells horrible. Yeah, it smells like Chloraseptic spray.
But why pH matters is if you're not at the right pH level, then your skin, it's a balance. Remember we talked about the skin barrier and how if you're using too hot, you're doing exfoliating, all those things. We're just trying to get that skin barrier at the right pH so everything you put on after it will be absorbed. You can buy, there's a Thayer's brand at Target. It
that's
has
really good.
The logo of the old guy. That's all I can think of. It's the rose one. It's really good. It has witch hazel. It's very gentle if you don't want to do like the super extra. And we do have that listed for you too. So I do use a toner because that's a chemical exfoliator. So you're getting that part done too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's the list? Sandra, oh, up above, Ramona put it in the chat, that document that you can download.
Should it burn? So I actually looked this up because the one that I used it's the 1970 one, and it absolutely burns. And I was like, why is this burning? And they said until your pH is corrected, it's going to always sting a little bit. So I think it's going to be different for every brand. But if your skin is extremely sensitive, they have different ones. They have the 50V, and I know I'm talking about that brand a lot, but it really depends on what brand you buy. If you're buying the Biologique Recherche, it probably is going to burn a little bit, but it doesn't last that long, and mine actually has like a numbing agent in it, so that's kind of terrifying. But yeah, so what else do we have? What is your opinion on collagen supplements? I am 100% for them. That was actually one of my favorite products, but we had to rush through that. I've been taking them in a little, you mix with water and drink it in from Vitamin Shop, and it's so tart, I can't stand the taste, so I ordered a supplement. But not only is it good for your skin, it's good for your joints and your bones. Very, very good. I recommend the collagen for sure.
For rosacea.
Okay.
If we get cut off, we might be in a little bit. We're going to try to answer questions, and there's a document in the chat that has
The
everything we
documents in
talked
the
about.
chat. So rosacea, since that falls under our sensitive skin category, you have to be very careful of ingredients, which I'm sure you already know. Don't use anything with alcohol. But also there's this really great company. It's Avene. It's Avene. It is a French company, and they make all of their products with the spring thermal water. It's extremely gentle. You can have a chemical peel and then use it. So if you want to use something, it's probably, some of it is more expensive, but I would say about 20 to 30 is their main price point. If you don't want to go that far, Cetaphil or CeraVe from Target, those are also really, really good. You mostly just want to stick with milky, gentle, don't do anything super harsh. That's my advice for rosacea is the Avene. Yeah, thank you, Avene. It's very, very good. It smells amazing. Love it. Where Kalinskam's, is that?
Yeah,
if you're in
there's a couple
Houston.
stores in Houston that you can buy, and you don't have to order it. But everything is really gentle, and my favorite chapstick is on my list. I'm like a bedside chapstick, a car chapstick person, and it's my bedside chapstick, and I really love it. Do you use an AM and PM serum?
Yes, I do. Thank you for asking. So for AM, I use an antioxidant serum because we want to fight off the free radicals during the day. So that's when I use an AHA alpha hydroxy. That's when I use that. And all of these things, they are going to make your skin more sensitive. So that's why it's also important to do a sunscreen. But during the day, I use an antioxidant serum that can be so many different things. That can be a vitamin C serum that has a little extra stuff in it. And at night, I use an Estee Lauder Night Repair serum. And again, there's so many things you can use. Don't get hung up on the brands per se. You can find where you want to start with that. And I know Jennifer uses serum that had retinol in it for a while. And
I think you said the Luna oil,
Oh,
Rebecca.
yeah.
That's the one that I use. And I think with anything, if you find something that really works for your skin, then you can invest in that, or, you just kind of go deeper down that road once you find something that really works for you and it's making a difference. I would say when you're trying to figure out what you need to help you, I wouldn't invest on a bunch of stuff. I would try to figure out what it is first that you need, and then maybe buy good products in what really helps your skin.
So for
It feels good on my skin, but during the day, I just feel like feels oily or something. I mean, I love it at night because it feels so refreshing.
Luna oil, is that what you said?
Mhm.
Yeah, and I have a really hard time with that too, with things getting too heavy. So I have to be really, really careful. And I did find the Sunday Riley a little bit heavy for me. I tried to use their turmeric and vitamin C oil, and I just could not. It was too much for me. But Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow is what I just started using. It's a night serum, but I'm using it as a day serum. I'm just cutting it in half because it has AHA resurfacing. And so if you have ever had like breakouts or you've had scarring on your face, that texture is something you really try to go after. So I always look for something that has a little bit of appeal to it. So that's what I'm using right now. I've literally been using it for 3 days, but I really like it. It's Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. Yeah, I'm cheating a little bit because technically it's in that.
Someone asked if we can get the document in the email. We'll try to do that. We have been, it is in the chat log, but I know if you log
We can
in
email
later,
it to if you registered, we can email it. Thoughts on Botox. So just to be completely transparent, that is what I'm going to school to be a dermatologist, and I'll most likely work in a medical spa. So I don't have anything negative to say. I know that it's some people are very passionate about it. I say, you know, research it, know the side effects, and then move forward at a place where you're at peace with that. I can't really speak to it outside of that. I think it's safe to use, but that would have to be your decision. But that's eventually what I'm actually going to school for. So there are definitely benefits to it. Is there any other questions you guys have? We have like 1 minute.
Yeah.
I feel like we just threw you guys in there and we're like, here's everything we know. So thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, or you can unmute yourself. We have a minute left. I'm sorry if we didn't get, we had so much more written. Read over it. And if you,
good jokes.
I know all of our jokes. If you want to email us, we will try to answer it.
Don't use pore strips.
Oh yeah, don't use.
I have a quick question.
Quick question.
I have a quick question. I have dry and sensitive skin.
Yes.
So I will get to the point where if I moisturize every day, my skin actually gets oily or it just gets too much. Does that make sense at all?
It does make sense. And I think a lot of it is, have you ever researched like repairing the skin barrier? I think a lot of that comes from just like a damaged skin barrier. So go back to the first step and get a good pH balancing toner, and then start from there. Don't use anything with alcohol, and use hyaluronic acid topically, or you can take a supplement. But there's a brand called The Ordinary on Sephora. It's so cheap. I mean, like $7, and they have a hyaluronic acid. Start with that, and then get a good calm pH. Don't use anything aggressive. But research this.